Thank you for coming in today to meet with me to discuss how Kay has been doing in school so far. We can start out by looking here at her current grade. For the first 9 weeks, she was at a 62. In the second 9 weeks, her score has gone down to 51. Now, this change in scores can be accredited to the fact that during the first 9 weeks, the reading tests were all given to the students, where the teachers read the reading passages and the questions, and we even started out reading them the answer choices, and students were mostly just listening for what the answer was and then identifying it on their paper. Now we've made the shift towards students reading the entire test independently, everything from the reading passages to the questions and even the answers. Students are responsible for doing it independently and at their own pace. So it has been a bit of a struggle for many of the students, but I do believe that as the year progresses and students have more exposure to sight words and their fluency and how well they read and their comprehension increases, it'll just be obviously a general increase in their reading score. So Kaylee should be fine. We'll just have to keep an eye on her with that. Her first FAIR score was at the 46th percentile. So this is in the lower bracket of FAIR scores, but I do believe that with a lot of help in school and outside of school, Kaylee will make significant gains. She is actually in an intervention program right now, so I'm sure you already know she's pulled out during specials time to meet with a reading specialist in a small group of about 6 students, and they spend 45 minutes just working on basic reading strategies, decoding and blending words, and I do think that this is really necessary and will help Kaylee to make the gains that she needs to get that FAIR score up in the next 2 tests. If you look at her writing score, her writing goal right now is 3 sentences. She's not met this goal yet, but I do think she's definitely getting close. If we look at the beginning of the year, Kaylee had trouble even writing 1 word by herself. She needed a lot of prompting from an adult. Really looked for suggestions and things like that from a teacher. Now, if she sits down and is able to write by herself, she hasn't really written 3 full sentences yet, but she has gotten ideas down and her writing has really improved. I've seen confidence, which is a huge thing with writing. Just getting her to even write without someone there, pushing her to do it is a huge gain, and I've really seen a lot of improvements with that. If we look at her fluency, the last time I tested her, she read 12 words per minute accurately. So this means that she did read more than 12 words, but we only count the words that were read accurately. So she read 12 words correctly. The goal for right now is 25 words per minute, so she does need to do a little work in there, but again, I do see improvements, and I think that eventually she will meet our goal. The end of the year goal is 63 words correct per minute, and I think we have actually just started with the fluency homework. You'll see it in her homework folder. They are going to be reading a short passage 3 nights a week. You'll just set the timer for a minute and guide her along with that, and then we'll also be practicing that same passage in school 3 times per week. So this should really give students exposure to the format of giving a fluency test as well as new words and just reading in general. Her alphabet, she's doing fine. She needs to work a little bit on long vowels, but again, that's very common in 1st grade. Up here, the vocabulary words are actually her sight words, which are like frequently known words. A lot of them are words that do not make sense if you were to sit and sound them out, each individual letter. They're just words that students need to recognize when they see them. For the review unit, she only missed 1. That's awesome. She made extreme improvements in review 1 from when I first tested her till now. And in unit 1, she has missed 15 words. So we have a little work to do, and there is stuff I can recommend that you work with on her at home. One way to do it is we do send home the weekly newsletter that has the list of the sight words we're working on. So if you just keep track of those and maybe put that into a game format where she's, if she is about to take a turn, she has to read a sight word real quick, and then she can roll the dice or hit the spinner or whatever it is. I can also give you some online websites that will help with her reading and sight word practice. If we look over here in math, she has a 79%. She is going up. Her score has been increasing. We've been working on addition and subtraction and just giving students a lot of practice with different strategies, and Kaylee is typically one of the first students to really pick up and grasp what we're teaching in math. So I'm very pleased with how she's been doing. Science and social studies, she has an E in both of those. If we look down at her behaviors and her habits, she can occasionally kind of zone out. She seems a little distracted by things in the classroom, but it's easy to get her back on track. She really does. She's a hard worker, very respectful. She's quiet. Her homework and reading log are occasionally late. If that has something to do with time conflicts or scheduling with you being able to help her, please let me know. I would be happy to work out an alternative schedule or something with Kaylee so that she is able to get her homework turned in on time or at a time that works best for us. Just let me know. And she also has the opportunity to read to a teacher in the morning, and that can count towards her homework as well. So overall, Kay has made a lot of improvements this year in independence, sight words, and fluency. She, however, is still below grade level. We need to keep working every night on her sight words and homework, and I really believe that she will make the improvements necessary to move on to second grade. We just have to give her the support and encouragement that she needs. So thank you so much for coming in to meet with me today. I really appreciate it, and I will be in touch with you soon.